Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Hey everybody, we're going to be doing another one of our critically acclaimed series of verses tonight. We're actually going to put a bunch of topics into a hat, and we're going to be drawing one, and that's the one we're going to do. So Ted, take it away.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. And by critically acclaimed, you mean Ted's mom likes the
We need to add a drum roll.
Only Ted's mom.
Okay, so the topic
Here we go.
drum roll,
for
please.
this one is Nicholson versus Ledger Joker.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. This is our verses tonight. We drew the topic of Nicholson's Joker versus Ledger's Joker. So let's just go ahead and jump into this. I mean, obviously, both films were great. Both performances were great. I don't know. It's going to be a tough pick here.
Damn, it's tough.
I think,
Man. Shot is a really hard one.
you know, in my opinion, I would probably lean towards Nicholson's just because it's Nicholson. It was very over the top. I like the way his Joker looked. It looked a little bit more traditional as the old school Batman did. I just think that Nicholson's performance, even though Ledger I got no negatives about his performance at all. I just think that Nicholson's performance was better. I'm going to throw my hat to the Nicholson ring.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
I kind of agree with that. Do you think it's nostalgia because that one came out like
True.
20 years before? It's like kind of, it's
When
got
you
that
saw it.
edge. Yeah.
Yeah, could be. But, I also like that, you definitely had a lot more edge with Ledger's Joker. He's a lot more sinister. I mean, the stuff that he did was just awful, So it was a better, I would say, better quality of a villain. But just something about Nicholson's, the way he carried the Joker, it was just so much better, in my opinion. Just stylistic choices and the costumes and just the over,
More
you also
flamboyant.
you want a villain to be flamboyant and over the top, and I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, I think those two movies are completely different in tone, and
Very.
the performances are completely different for the same character. But I think I go with Billy. Like, Nicholson is just born to play that role, and it's just, I think I'll take fun over, like, look, Heath Ledger won an Oscar. Like, that's an amazing performance. But I think I will take the fun Joker with Jack Nicholson.
Over the real serious one.
Slightly edges it out. Yeah, absolutely. Like, again, it's like you said, Brett, like, is it nostalgia? Is it the time that we saw it?
I think it's both, maybe, for me. I think there's nostalgia helping me pick Nicholson, because I'm going to say it right now, I'll pick Nicholson. But it's also the fun factor, like you said.
Yes, yeah.
I not that Heath Ledger's Joker wasn't fun to watch, but the character itself, its personality wasn't fun like Nicholson's, like you were saying. So I think that's why it's tough. I honestly think
it is.
Especially for like two films
equally
with different tones.
amazing. Yeah. And I love both movies too equally. I
Me too.
love Dark Knight and I love the original Batman. But I think I'll lean towards Jack Nicholson's Joker. Just like it's like a hair above Ledger's.
This is really difficult, man.
Yeah.
Also in the first one, you got the first Batman. You got to see, Nicholson evolve into the Joker.
Sure.
And in the Ledgers, he's just he's there. He's this entity they whisper about, this Joker. So that doesn't take anything away from Ledger's performance. I just think there's more to the first one.
I love that scene.
I never thought about that.
I love that scene when Ledger is dressed as the nurse and he's like walking out of the hospital as it's blowing up in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like,
Did you ever hear this?
That's definitely one of my favorite scenes.
Did you ever hear the story about that, Brad?
No.
I guess when they did the time, because the explosion's in the back.
Oh, it didn't go off.
It didn't go off.
Yeah.
Yes.
They kept hitting it, but that was real. Like that,
Which is so.
because he
seemed
kept
like it was planned because it's so good.
It was supposed to be timed with the clicker that he had in his hand, and when he was clicking it, it was supposed to go off, but it wouldn't go off. But he made this like kind of weird little
So he went with it.
Space.
So he just like kind of.
and they kept it. They were like, "This is fucking great. We just captured
So
this on
great.
film. Let's keep this."
Yeah. That shows you how good of an actor Heath Ledger was, right?
Right.
There. Like,
Yeah, some actors would have went like cut and walked.
They would have went, oh, it's not working.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But he went with
Right.
it and kind of made it his own.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Ted, what do you think?
Well, personally, I'm a Cesar Romero fan myself for Joker, but if I have to choose between these two guys, it'd probably be Nicholson.
Wow.
Yeah, just
How close is it for you?
I mean, it's so hard to pick between those two performances. It's like they're both great.
no different.
Hey, I got something to ask you guys. I recently talked to somebody that hated. They were really against post-death awards. They said just give it to somebody who's alive. They don't know. And how do you guys feel about that? Guys getting an award posthumously.
Did they think it was kind of like a gimme? Like
Totally.
since they're already
because they're
okay.
Dead and.
I can kind of see that, but honestly, like that performance deserved.
I agree
an
with
award.
100%. That guy can go fuck himself, by the way. So wow, I thought you're like, who the hell else are you gonna give it to? That was like a mind blowing performance by Heath Ledger. Just blew it out of the water.
I'll say this.
It's like, that was
understand
scary.
Some people say that.
No, I know. Who else was
I'll
up there?
say
Who
this.
else was up for an award that year besides Ledger? I don't
Gilbert
even-
Godfrey for,
Yeah, there you go.
For-
my left foot.
Oh shit!
my left.
All right, yeah, there's definitely a gimme then. That should have been Gottfried's all the way.
And I'll say this about that. I see where that guy's coming from, or where people that think that are coming from. Like,
Sure.
I can understand it, but I personally don't agree with it. I think it doesn't matter if someone died after they did the role or not. They still are. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be considered for the role.
Yeah.
And it's
God,
I think it's
I
like
don't agree with
again,
that.
if the performance was worthy, I think it's a great tribute.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm gonna
Exactly.
go with my pick. I'm gonna go with Ledger, only because
Oh,
And here we go.
my thing is this: the Joker that Nicholson played was more of like the earlier Batman mythos, where Heath Ledger played more of the modern. If you read comic books, I'm going in that little geek realm.
sure.
Heath Ledger's Joker was more into the modern Joker, where he's a little more darker. You don't really know his origin. They kind of rebooted his origin a little bit, where they made it to where you don't know how he became the Jokers. And in the movie, he hints at that. He was saying it to what's her face, Maggie
Godfrey.
Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
What's her name?
Crap.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he tells her that
brain
he
farting
got
right
his
now.
scars because his dad did it,
Right.
Two-Face.
Yeah.
and that's how he
Two-Face,
became
Harvey
the
Dent.
Joker.
Yeah.
And then
And his story keeps changing.
he keeps changing how he became the Joker.
love that.
And it's fucking awesome. It's like it hits on so many. Like I was like, oh my god, this is like so like it hit. 'Cause I'm a huge Batman fan, so to me that like made the movie for me. How he did that. And
Dude, the first time you watch that scene, the first time he does it, you believe him. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's how he. And then the second time, you're like, fuck, this guy's just messing with people.
Yeah,
like,
he's messing
really,
with
it's
people.
Not true.
And
at
if
all.
you
Like,
watch the opening
nuts.
scene where they're robbing the bank, and one
Yeah.
by one fucking spoilers. He starts offing the guys that are robbing the bank with him. Like, come on, that amazing scene, dude. So
It's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah.
By the
It
way,
is. It is.
we mentioned who else was nominated that year. I'm looking it up. It
Yeah.
was Josh Brolin for Milk, the Sean Penn movie.
never seen
Philip
it.
Seymour Hoffman for Doubt. That was the Meryl
He's
Streep
great in
movie about,
everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
I saw
Catholic
that.
Church.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon for Revolutionary Road.
He's a great actor.
That was the
Didn't see that movie.
Kate
though.
Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah,
movie.
depressing.
Depressing movie. And then Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr. got
Oh, I forgot that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So you know what I say to that?
Definitely- Yeah.
Fuck it, Heath Ledger deserved it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah,
I didn't
absolutely
see a lot of those
Heath
other movies. I
Ledger
can't.
Yeah,
get
I know. I can't
really
say that. I didn't see
educated.
any of the other
Yeah.
movies
But,
either. But
George.
Great performance.
I saw all 5 of those. I'll say Heath Ledger deserved it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree.
George, how do you feel about Mark Hamill's Joker?
oh, I love it. I love it. On
He's great.
yeah, his voice is the Joker. If you hear it,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Unreal how he
He's great.
it's funny because I love Heath Ledger and I love how he portrayed the Joker and obviously Nicholson as well. But in my mind, this is gonna sound super geeky. When I'm reading fucking my Batman comics and the Joker's the villain, Mark Hamill's voice,
That's the voice.
is his fucking voice.
That's cool.
No apologies.
swear to God.
Right there. You know.
Yeah.
Here's something for you. Ledger versus Nicholson versus Joaquin Phoenix. Does does that change your mind now that Joaquin Phoenix got out of the equation?
No, not
Okay.
me.
It doesn't change my mind, but it adds a whole nother level of
It does.
like, oh fuck, like another
does.
great performance.
100%.
It's
And
got,
Joaquin
like,
Phoenix is a hell of an
different
actor.
dimensionality.
Yeah, and
What I think would be the better one is Joaquin versus Ledger, since they're more serious.
that's more.
I
of the,
agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, don't take
tough,
anything away from Jack Nicholson because he blew that performance out of the water. He was amazing in that
So
role. It like Brad said, he was meant to play the Joker for that in that movie.
I'm going to say something real quick, and then I'm done with this topic. Like I won't say anymore.
I'm done.
The biggest thing for me that answers the question, which one was better?
Yeah.
Which one puts a smile on my face when I watch it? And it's Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah, me too.
I'm always grinning when I watch that movie.
It's so much
all the
fun.
scenes with him.
I got a question for you, Brett.
smile.
Which one gives you a boner?
Ooh,
Jack Nicholson.
Nicholson.
What the fuck?
Nicholson
Where did this
fucking
just
Jack
go?
does.
He puts a smile. That's a good one. I liked it.
Yeah.
So
To me-
it's 4-1 Nicholson.
I don't think Ted ever gave us his pick though. Did you?
My pick is
I think he
Nicholson.
said
okay.
Nicholson.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
Brett,
Odd
did
man
Nicholson
out.
say that in Batman?
Say what?
Did he say something about putting a smile on your face again and again?
Yeah,
or something
he
like
does.
Yeah. I put a grin again and
that?
again.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
I get a grin again and again.
Well, I hope we leave our listeners with a smile on their face. This is our versus of the Jokers, and Nicholson is the clear winner, 4-1. Sorry, George.
No.
Maybe next
Yeah.
time.
No
All right,
worries.
everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Five Dudes of Views podcast. Be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Libsyn, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, and now YouTube. And while you're on there, be sure to download, rate, and subscribe. You can also check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Five Dudes Views. And we also are on Facebook. Everybody out there, stay safe. Until next time.